Prince William is reportedly formulating a plan to finally strip Prince Harry and Meghan Markle of their HRH titles. Riley Sullivan is a lifestyle reporter here at skynews.com.au, and he's always across the latest celebrity headlines.
It didn't begin with noise, it began with a whisper. Quiet murmurs inside Westminster, hinting that something big was coming. Not a tabloid meltdown, not a viral Instagram rant, but an official motion. A real one, placed directly inside the House of Lords, the oldest democratic chamber in the world.
Markle is still using her HRH title despite agreeing to drop the title when the Sussexes left royal duties. How is Will planning to deal with this?
This wasn't just the public speaking out anymore, this was the system striking back. Meghan Markle, still called the Duchess of Sussex, could soon hold no title at all. The machinery of British power is moving, and it's moving against her. It didn't start with scandal, not even with a tabloid leak. It started in silence, with a whisper slipping through the halls of Westminster. Quick pause. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. You know the drill, now back to the drama.
Meghan Markle has been very brazen recently with the use of the HRH. Now, royal fans will know in 2020, during the negotiations for Harry and Meghan to leave royal duties, it was agreed with Queen Elizabeth that they will not use the HRH title. That is a long-standing precedent, and there's good reason for it. Basically, the HRH is only given to working royals.
But now, that quiet whisper has turned into something loud. For the first time since Megxit, Britain's upper ranks have made their move. The House of Lords has officially launched a petition to take away Meghan Markle's Duchess of Sussex title permanently. And this time, it's not for headlines. It's legal. It's serious. And it's pulling apart everything she thought was safe. Just months ago, people said this would never happen. Now, Parliament is discussing it for real.
So the fact that she's continued to use this HRH when they've been instructed not to, I think is absolutely infuriating in Buckingham Palace. And there was a very interesting source inside, close to the Prince of Wales, who spoke to the Daily Beast.
This wasn't some trending tweet or angry YouTube rant. It was a formal motion placed in Parliament by Lord Simon Lee, a crossbench peer. And it wasn't just one side backing it, both Conservative and Labour peers are on board. That alone makes it historic. The petition spells it out clearly. Meghan Markle is being accused of breaking diplomatic rules, mocking her royal status, and turning a royal title into a money-making brand. The words used in Parliament are blunt. They say she's disrespected a title that was given in trust. This isn't about family drama anymore. It's now about the law. Parliament is stepping in where Buckingham Palace won't, to hold her accountable. So what finally made the Lords act? It was the so-called private trip to Nigeria. Meghan and Harry showed up in traditional outfits, posed for photos with top military leaders, and gave speeches like they were still working royals. But here's the thing. It wasn't official, and it wasn't cleared with anyone. According to insiders, neither the Foreign Office nor the palace was told about the trip. That's what pushed the House of Lords over the edge. In their words, it was unauthorized diplomatic posturing, and it put the Crown's neutrality at risk.
4 hours since the release of Harry and Meghan's bombshell Netflix documentary, and the papers have been reacting overnight. Oh boy, have they been reacting. The pair are dominating the front pages. One Conservative MP said that he is planning to bring forward legislation in an attempt to strip the Duke and Duchess of Sussex of their
The House of Lords isn't acting alone. They're reacting to a massive wave of public anger. A YouGov poll from May 2025 shows that 77% of the British public thinks Meghan should lose the Duchess of Sussex title. That's not just a majority, it's a landslide. It's the strongest public backlash against her ever recorded.
Changed my mind on things, but I didn't want them to be stripped of it, but I think I now understand they're trying to do, I think that would really be validated if they said, this institution isn't for us. We love our family, but we would like to hand these back. And I think that would be incredible.
This goes beyond the Oprah Winfrey fallout. Support for removing Meghan's title is even stronger now. Voters from all political sides agree on this. Royal titles are not just fancy labels. They come with duty, responsibility, and deep constitutional meaning. And it does not stop with Meghan. 61% of people think Prince Harry should lose his titles too, especially the His Royal Highness label. But right now, the focus is on Meghan, the center of controversy, commercial gain, and public embarrassment for the institution. And it all comes back to one viral moment: the Beyoncé concert. Meghan was caught on camera saying, "You know I'm Sussex now." That was the moment frustration turned into official action.
Do you think they might be?
They could be. I mean, it really depends on the next part of the documentary and what it shows, doesn't it? You know,
because
we
haven't had the shock
we haven't had the
bit
shock
yet. No.
factor yet. I feel really sad about it, to be honest.
I do.
feel sad that we've got to this point. I think they could have made a lot of differences.
I wish we could find...
A viral clip from Beyoncé's Cowboy Carter concert in Los Angeles showed Meghan Markle laughing and shouting, "You know I'm Sussex now." She even joked with Mindy Kaling, telling her to call her Meghan Sussex. On with love, Meghan. To most people, it looked like a random joke, but for members of the House of Lords, it was the last straw. To them, it proved Meghan treats her Duchess title like a joke, a branding tool. The petition calls out this exact moment, labeling it a crass trivialization of sovereign designations.
Too harsh.
Would not be a good move, because we
Yeah.
need to try and cool the temperature. And
Yeah.
we need to try and kind of understand, what is this all about? And that was my big thing with watching 3 hours of it last night. 3 hours. I thought...
Won't get them back, Kate.
I thought, what are they trying to say? And I wasn't even quite sure. What did they say to you?
There was a
Legal experts in the UK now say this kind of public misuse could break the rules of the 1917 Royal Titles Act, a law that bans title holders from using their status for business or show. The Lords saw the video, so did Whitehall, and they all came to the same decision. If Meghan wants to be an influencer, she cannot be a Duchess too. The petition is only the beginning. Meghan Markle's royal fairy tale is falling apart, crushed by the very brand she built around it.
life. They've moved to America, they've got their house, they've got their kids over there. So they're not really
Yeah.
part of our
Yeah. I don't think it's
family.
even that they don't deserve it. It's just they don't want to live it.
Yeah,
So if you don't want to
yeah.
live it,
Yeah.
then what's the point?
It will
in
make
having
what
it?
they're saying more authentic, because I think it
Yeah.
is authentic, but you can't say all of that and then keep those titles.
Yeah.
This is not coming from gossip sites or tabloid headlines. This is coming straight from the heart of British power. The monarchy has stayed silent. The king has refused to step in. But the House of Lords, they are speaking, and they are speaking loudly. For Meghan Markle, Duchess of Sussex may soon be a title erased by history. While her defenders shout about sexism and racism, the truth goes deeper. This is now a constitutional matter. The House of Lords is not reacting to drama, it is moving on the weight of law, tradition, and royal protocol. And their focus is clear. They are aiming directly at Meghan Markle's Sussex title. Petition bullets 5 through 8 lay out what they see as serious misconduct, starting with one of the strongest accusations, her repeated violations of the Royal Communications Protocol.
I think of her as an actress. And I remember when I was in a relationship years ago, everything I did and said, whether I cried, whether I joked, this boyfriend of mine would say, well, you're an actress.
As if you
And
were fake.
So I think
Yeah.
as if it was
Like
fake.
that. Like, I
so
could see
I
this now,
feel
I was
that
like-
she's also a bit awkward and watching everything that she's saying, so that doesn't play well to people. But
Yeah.
The Royal Communications Protocol is a centuries-old rule meant to stop royals from making unauthorized statements, especially when they are overseas. Meghan's podcast, Archetypes, is mentioned by name in the House of Lords debate. In that show, she often brought up her time as a royal to support her private projects. She made claims about how the royal family treated her child, spoke about her mental health, and even accused an unnamed royal of racism. The palace never responded, but Parliament is not staying quiet. The Lords argue that Meghan's comments, made while she still held the Duchess title, caused serious embarrassment on a global scale.
3 white siblings and then 2 mixed race siblings that I got to know later in life. All I am is a country bumpkin from Kent.
yeah.
I don't know any different, and I didn't grow up thinking about that difference. And when you looked at it from her point of view, she said that
And it went further than embarrassment. The Lords say her words damaged the monarchy's reputation across the Commonwealth. This is not about free speech, it is about using a royal title to launch personal attacks on an institution that cannot fight back. The petition then shifts to another major issue, what it calls the blatant commercialization of a noble title. Meghan and Harry's deals with Spotify and Netflix were not just media projects, they were branded, marketed, and sold under the Sussex name. And it was not hidden. The 2022 Netflix docuseries literally began with the words Duke and Duchess of Sussex on the screen.
I got, if I wasn't Dame Kelly Holmes' double Olympic champion, based on the colour of my skin, as opposed to people understanding my cultural background. I don't know any different than being a Kent white girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
From what
Yeah.
I see and what I know, because everyone around me was white. This is
Yeah.
a normal environment.
The Netflix series did not just use their titles, it displayed them in royal fonts. Meghan and Harry even tried to trademark Archewell and Sussex Royal as global brands. It took a personal intervention from the Queen to stop them from using the word royal on merchandise. The House of Lords calls all of this unauthorized commercial exploitation of noble status, and they say it could justify legally taking her title away. Simply put, she turned royalty into reality TV, and Parliament noticed. Then came another blow. The petition accuses Meghan of making her noble title a punchline. It points to her endless press appearances, paparazzi run-ins, and the dramatic car chase claim in New York, which the NYPD later called exaggerated. Meghan and Harry say they are victims, yet they stay in the spotlight. The Lords call it a self-made media storm that pulls royal dignity through the mud. They even compared her to lesser-known royals, like Princess Alexandra, who quietly serve the public without ever showing up in a Netflix series or podcast. The message is clear: you cannot play the victim while building a media empire off a title you say is oppressive. Meghan also crossed a line during her Nigeria trip. She held private meetings with military leaders, attended public events, and gave speeches in traditional dress while using her Duchess title. This blurred the line between personal causes and real diplomacy. The risk, the Lords say, is serious. It creates confusion about Britain's foreign policy, especially since neither the palace nor the Foreign Office approved any of it. She acted like a working royal, without permission, oversight, or consequences. At least until now. Parliament is done standing by. Meghan Markle's royal dream has crashed into British law, and in this hall of peers and power, titles are earned, not taken for granted. And it may not end with headlines. The next steps could erase the Duchess of Sussex title through legal statute. One key moment the Lords point to is the Oprah interview. Meghan accused a royal of racism, refused to name who, and let public outrage spiral into a global storm that painted the monarchy as colonial and cruel. The Lords call this inciting public anger against the crown, all while still using the protection of a noble title. That title, given by the monarch, comes with duty, not a free pass to tear the institution down. Meghan did not quietly leave. She blew it all up on the way out. Parliament says that is not protected speech. That is sabotage. The final point the Lords make is not about Meghan's actions, but about the public's response. They cite polling, petitions, and rising outrage. They say that Meghan, now a private American citizen, using the Duchess title, disrespects the British honor system. She lives in Montecito, stars in documentaries, and walks red carpets with celebrities. She does not represent the crown or the people of Britain. The Lords call this a mockery of noble rank, turned into a brand, a logo, and a Netflix product. And here is the heart of it all. If the monarchy cannot protect its titles, it loses more than respect. It loses power. This petition did what years of silence could not. It drew a line. Meghan may have built her brand on the Duchess of Sussex, but if the House of Lords succeeds, that entire foundation will fall apart. This is not just a royal scandal, it is a constitutional eviction. What started as whispers is now a full-on war cry. The quiet frustration of the British public has exploded into a petition at the top of government, a formal move to separate Meghan Markle from the last royal title she still holds. This is not revenge. This is about restoring what was lost, the meaning of monarchy, the honor in its titles, and the dignity of an institution that has survived wars, abdications, and scandal. Now it faces something new, a Hollywood duchess who traded duty for headlines. Meghan and Harry wanted out. They asked for freedom, and the crown gave it. But what came next was not silence, it was podcasts, documentaries, and platforms that attacked the very system they once swore to serve.